Hi everyone, it's Thursday afternoon, about 5:55, and this is your closing comment. If you like the work, please hit the subscribe button. This is video number 289, and the day was moderately boring. We had some good numbers, actually some mixed numbers, some better than others this morning. We had continuing claims down 58,000 for unemployment benefits at 1,508,000, and while they were down, the market was looking for 1.3, so they were actually higher than expected. But the continuing claims were 20.5 million to 20,544,000. So that's still a pretty big number. The 4-week moving average on the initial claims is 1,770,000. We had Philly Fed, which was substantially better than expected at 27.5. It was expected to be minus 20. And leading indicators was the big surprise. It came in at 2.8 versus an expected 2.1. And in fact, that was the best and actually was the first increase since January. Unfortunately, the prior month was revised down from minus 4.4 to minus 6.1. But that is a nice bounce, minus 6.1 to plus 2.8. Airlines and cruise lines were both higher and lower. The airlines closed pretty basically unchanged on the day, up a couple of pennies, literally. Cruise lines, the same. They were actually up about 2% after also trading substantially lower and a little higher, with the exception of Carnival Cruise, which reported today, and even it had a rebound. It traded as low as 1780 this morning and closed at 1882, down only 27 cents. So that was a little better than expected. I'm showing you the oil chart. Oil was up 86 cents today, but as you can see, it looks like it's really trying to mount another assault on this $40 area. And what's important to that is every time it makes a slightly higher high, we're still closing this gap. So, if we move through here, it looks like we could easily see 45, maybe even $50. The moving averages have all turned up, as you can see, and we just the day before yesterday had a cross of the 20 and 50 day, and the really short term one, this purple line, is the 5 day, and as you can see, it is really trying to turn back up here. So that was somewhat interesting. Also of interest was the gold. Gold finished down on the day yet again, but not without overnight trying the 1750 area yet again, as you can see right here. Then trading all the way back down here to 1722. It closed 1731, which, as I said, is down $4.50, but is still somewhat impressive. All of the moving averages are right on top of each other here, and this will resolve in one direction or the other. We actually are long Newmont mine calls on the basis of the fact that I think that we're probably going to break out to the upside. On the fundamental side of this trade, with the amount of money that's been printed, there's almost no question that we're going to have very big inflation numbers at some point. and that will take the gold ultimately, I believe, up to about 2000 uh, by sometime next year. The US dollar was up 0.25%, nothing overwhelming there. Bitcoin was up 85, which is neither here nor there. Also, the bonds, on the other hand, were up 1.25 points, which is a fairly decent move. The Dow was down 270 this morning and rallied back up on the day before turning back down and being down almost 200. I believe the number was about 180 on the downside, and managing to get all the way back to close down 39.51 or 0.15%. So not much of a move, but a lot of action during the day. NASDAQ was again up 35.33. The S&P was up $1.85. The Russell was up 54 cents, and the transports, again the laggard, down 31.46. The biggest loser, 0.34%. So really nothing overwhelming. T-Mobile had news today and was up 3.7%, around 103, up 376, citing better retail sales than they had expected. Biogen IDEC closed 260, down 21 or 7.5% on the loss in court on a patent suit on their MS drug. Marathon Petroleum, not the exploration, MPC, is trading in late trade here at 40, up $1.53 or about 4%. They were in the process of trying to sell their Speedway unit, which is convenience stores and gas stations, and that got postponed but has been brought back online, and they're looking to either sell it or spin it off to shareholders. And last but not least, Urban One, which I wrote up twice already this week and will be in tonight's note. Urban One, if you recall, started at $1.54 2 weeks ago, traded up to 40, and was the home run of the day with back-to-back 255 and 355% moves. Managed yesterday to close down 53% at $12.71, opened this morning at $10.60, traded up as high as 35.5, and closed the day at 25, up 12.99 or 97%. And just one note, anecdotal evidence that things may be severely out of hand. There was a young, and when I say young, I mean a college student age trader at Robinhood, who was trading options and committed suicide today when he happened to amass a loss of $730,000. It turns out that Robinhood has made statements about it, and he may have misinterpreted the complex derivative that he was playing with and the way that he was trading it. And that brings one major point, and that is the amount of unknown derivatives with dramatic exposure is probably what our next crisis will be about as it relates to the financial system. Oh, that's enough soapbox for me. Have a good evening. I'll be back first thing in the morning with your pre-market open.